You wake up, fry that familiar bacon, and think, I've earned this comfort. But what if that simple habit is silently aging your arteries, stressing your heart, and clouding your memory? After 60, your body can't buffer the same way, and one common breakfast food might be doing more damage than you realize. Let's open a truth your doctor probably won't bring up, until it's too late. For many, breakfast is ritual, warm, salty, satisfying. But for seniors, that ritual might quietly fuel inflammation, elevate blood pressure, and impair circulation. Today we'll gently uncover why a single food, still served daily in millions of homes, could be hurting your heart and brain. You'll also discover simple swaps that protect your body while honoring your routine. 1. Why bacon is a blood vessel bomb. You may not feel it, but the moment you put that crispy slice of bacon on your plate, your arteries start bracing for impact. Bacon, sausage, ham, these are more than just savory comforts. After 60, they become metabolic landmines. Let me explain. Your body's ability to process saturated fats slows with age. That means the cholesterol from just a few ounces of bacon doesn't get cleared efficiently. Instead, it builds up like sludge inside your arteries. The Pure study, conducted by McMaster University in 2021, followed over 134,000 people across 21 countries. They found that eating just 150 grams of processed meat per week increased the risk of major cardiovascular events by 46% and raised overall mortality by 51%. That's not a scare tactic. That's a biological warning flare. Why does this happen? Think of your arteries like garden hoses. In your 30s, they're flexible, elastic, forgiving. But by 60, they've stiffened. And when you pour grease, yes, even from lean bacon, into those hoses daily, plaque starts to form. That's atherogenesis, tiny cholesterol particles embedding into the artery wall. Day by day, the opening narrows, blood pressure rises, the heart strains, and one morning, something gives. For Rosa, 72, breakfast was sacred. 2 slices of bacon every day for 20 years. She didn't smoke. She stayed active. But last year, her LDL cholesterol spiked, and her doctor warned her of silent arterial buildup. Instead of prescriptions, she tried something different. She swapped the bacon for poached eggs with spinach and turmeric 5 days a week. Within a month, her blood pressure lowered, her energy returned, and, what she didn't expect, her morning brain fog faded too. Why spinach? Because it delivers nitrates the right way, through leafy greens that help open blood vessels instead of damaging them. It's not about deprivation. It's about choosing breakfast that protects you. So I ask you, what's on your plate each morning? Is it a tradition or a slow trigger? 2. The sodium trap that tightens your heart. It's not just the fat. What hides in your breakfast meat may be even more dangerous: salt. And for aging arteries, too much salt acts like a slow vice, tightening every vessel it touches. Here's what's happening under the surface. When you eat processed sausage or ham, you're consuming hundreds of milligrams of sodium in just a few bites. One sausage patty alone, around 500 milligrams of sodium, over 20% of your daily limit before you've finished your coffee. In your younger years, your kidneys could handle this flood. But after 60, the balance changes. The body becomes more salt sensitive, meaning it holds onto sodium and water much more easily. That extra fluid doesn't just bloat you, it raises blood volume. That forces your blood vessels to stretch beyond comfort. And when those vessels are already stiff from age, you get hypertension, silent, dangerous. The CDC's 2022 hypertension report found that 76% of adults over 65 are salt sensitive. That means for most seniors, even moderate sodium can push their blood pressure dangerously high. Here's the visual. Imagine trying to pump air into an old garden hose. The walls no longer flex. They resist, crack, or rupture. That's what processed meat does to your vessels, one salty bite at a time. But here's the gentle turn. You don't have to abandon flavor. You just need to retrain it. One of my favorite anti-sodium swaps is mashed avocado on rye toast with a sprinkle of pink salt or smoked paprika. It satisfies that savory craving, fuels your body with potassium and healthy fats, and actually supports healthy blood pressure. Rosa made this switch 3 times a week. Within 2 weeks, her doctor noticed a 4-point drop in her systolic pressure. Not dramatic, but real and repeatable. So here's my question to you. Have you ever felt swollen, stiff, or mentally foggy after a salty breakfast? You're not alone, and the body may be asking for something different. Drop a comment below. Someone else may need your story to start their healing. 3. The hidden chemistry of nitrates. The label says preserved for safety, but inside your stomach, a different kind of chemistry is happening, one that turns everyday breakfast meats into something far more dangerous. Let's talk about nitrates and nitrites. These are chemical preservatives used in bacon, ham, sausage, and deli meats. They're added to prevent bacterial growth, preserve color, and extend shelf life. On the surface, that sounds helpful. But here's the problem. In the acidic environment of your stomach, or when these meats are cooked at high heat, nitrates can convert into nitrosamines. And nitrosamines are group 1 carcinogens, according to the World Health Organization's IARC classification, 2015. That puts them in the same risk class as asbestos and tobacco. What does this mean for you? It means that every fried slice of bacon doesn't just carry salt or fat, it may also carry compounds that damage your DNA. Especially in older adults where DNA repair slows and decades of oxidative stress accumulate, this becomes a critical tipping point. Let me offer you a metaphor. Picture your stomach like a campfire. Nitrates are the dry leaves. When heat hits, flames erupt, silent, invisible carcinogens igniting inside you. But we're not here to scare. We're here to empower. When Rosa heard this, she paused. Even my natural bacon? She asked. The truth shocked her. Yes, even those nitrate-free or uncured meats often use celery powder, which is a natural nitrate. In your body, the chemistry is the same. The risk remains. So, here's the healing shift. Rosa started using pasture-raised turkey patties, lightly pan-seared in olive oil with herbs. No preservatives, no hidden chemistry. Within 1 week, her digestion felt lighter. She described it as less weighed down. Her sleep even improved. Your body wants to repair. It's just waiting for fewer sparks and more nourishment. 4. Inflammation's morning fuel. It starts with a sizzle, the crackle of bacon, the browning of sausage. But what that sound really signals is cellular distress. When meats like these are cooked at high heat, fried, broiled, grilled, they create compounds called AGEs, or advanced glycation end products. They're tiny molecules formed when fat or protein reacts with sugar during heating. And they don't just sit in your stomach, they travel. In your bloodstream, AGEs latch onto tissue, damaging collagen, triggering immune responses, and feeding the quiet fire of chronic inflammation. This isn't a passing reaction. This is the biology behind what scientists now call inflammaging, a slow-burning process linked to nearly every age-related disease: heart failure, arthritis, memory loss, and, yes, dementia. The current atherosclerosis reports, 2023, highlighted this exact link. Older adults who consumed high-age diets, especially processed breakfast meats, showed 18% higher levels of C-reactive protein, a key marker of systemic inflammation. You won't feel AGEs right away, but over months and years, they stiffen tissues, they block blood flow, they cloud the brain's neural clarity. Imagine this. Your body is like an old engine. AGEs are rust. Each hot-fried breakfast adds just a little more corrosion until the system slows. Rosa didn't know any of this. She just knew she was waking up achy, stiff, and foggy before her day even began. So we tried something softer, a bowl of warm steel-cut oats topped with blueberries, cinnamon, and ground flax. Why that combination? Because oats are low in AGEs and rich in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber that soothes the gut and lowers cholesterol. Blueberries fight oxidation. Cinnamon reduces fasting glucose. Flax supports estrogen balance and blood flow. Within 7 days, Rosa said something small but telling. My hands don't hurt when I journal in the morning. That's not placebo. That's inflammation retreating. What you eat for breakfast can feed the fire or gently put it out. 5. The protein illusion. Why seniors are misled. You've likely heard it. Get your protein, especially as you age. And that advice isn't wrong, but here's the illusion. Not all protein is created equal, and when it comes wrapped in sodium, preservatives, and saturated fat, it may do more harm than good. Processed meats, like breakfast sausage and bacon, do contain protein, but they also contain hemi-iron, chemical additives, and oxidative compounds that increase the burden on your aging cells. In fact, recent research from the Shanghai Frailty Cohort, 2024, followed thousands of older adults for over a decade. They found that frail seniors who regularly consume processed meats had a 20% higher risk of all-cause mortality, even after adjusting for calorie intake and physical activity. So, what's the mechanism? Processed meats often contain hemi-iron, which in excess can catalyze free radical formation, damaging DNA and lipids. This adds to oxidative stress, already elevated in older adults. It also triggers a release of inflammatory cytokines, which worsen muscle degradation and insulin resistance, accelerating frailty. Let me give you a metaphor. It's like drinking water from a rusty tap. Yes, it's fluid, but every sip delivers something your body now has to fight. Rosa fell into this trap too. She thought her breakfast sausage was at least good for protein, but she noticed she was losing grip strength and her recovery after walking slowed. So, we swapped the source, not the idea. She started her day with unsweetened Greek yogurt, flax seeds, and a spoonful of chia. Together, these deliver complete protein, omega-3s, and fiber without the inflammatory baggage. In 3 weeks, her physical therapist noted improved balance and walking speed. And Rosa, she felt it too. I don't need to rest after a grocery trip anymore, she smiled. It's not about cutting protein. It's about upgrading its quality. 6. The uncured meat trap, a dangerous illusion. You've made the shift. No more bacon, you say, just the natural kind. Uncured, nitrate-free, packaged in earthy fonts with comforting promises. But here's the quiet truth. Natural doesn't mean safe. Most nitrate-free or uncured meats simply swap synthetic nitrites for celery powder, a natural source of nitrates. And once cooked or digested, the body still converts them into the same harmful compounds linked to DNA damage and vascular stress. The chemistry? Unchanged, the risk? Still present. In 2021, Consumer Reports tested these products. They found many had equal or higher nitrite levels compared to conventionally cured meats. It's like painting over mold. The color softens, but the danger remains. Rosa fell for the label too. She thought natural turkey bacon was a better choice. But the bloating stayed. So did the headaches. So did the fatigue. So, we shifted again. She started making fresh lentil patties at home, seasoned with turmeric and herbs. No label, no preservatives, just food. Within 2 weeks, she called and said, I didn't realize how numb I'd been feeling until it lifted. Your body knows the difference, not between natural and cured, but between burden and relief. So, don't be fooled by packaging. Let your body be the label reader. Healing doesn't start in a box. It starts in your awareness. Breakfast used to mean comfort, a slice of bacon, a quiet routine. But after 60, your body begins to whisper. A bit more pressure, a little less clarity, tiny signs, asking for change. It's not about giving things up. It's about shifting gently towards something that heals. Rosa made small swaps. Her body responded. Yours will too. If something here spoke to you, leave a comment below. Someone may need your voice today. And if you're ready for more ways to care for your heart, your mornings, your clarity, subscribe quietly. This is a space for soft healing, for starting fresh.